Okay, so standard form is the form that we learned on Friday, like I said, and it's everything will end up having to be written in this type of an equation. The hardest part is actually writing the equation. You guys just proved that you understood how to find the intercepts. Today we're going to really talk about what those intercepts mean, or how to find them, that kind of thing. So it says right here, Hannah will spend $150 on music festival tickets. Reserved seat tickets cost $25, and general admission tickets cost $10. Write the standard form of a linear equation to represent this situation. Let y represent the number of reserved seats, so y is reserved, and x represents the number of general admission. So we have to write our own equation. They are not giving you the equation, which with story problems, that's usually the worst part, is actually taking the information that they give you, dissecting it a little bit, and figuring out what goes where. So Hannah in total will spend $150. So that means we're going to equal $150 when this is all said and done. And she's going to be buying maybe some reserved seats, and she's going to be buying some general admission. So if we're thinking that we're going to be writing an equation that ends up looking like this, let's see, general admission tickets are $10 each. So $10 per general admission plus reserved seats are $25. So $25Y. So $10 per general admission ticket plus $25 per reserved ticket has to equal $150. The hardest part of today is going to be you coming up with that equation, I think. Do you kind of all see where I came up with that? Okay. If you get that, you're going to be totally fine today. Because now we're going to use that equation to fill in the rest of this. For B, it says find the x and y intercepts of the equation and then sketch it and include, well, we're not going to include labels. We're just going to sketch it. So we need to find the x intercepts and we need to find the y intercept. And on Friday, we went over how to find the x-intercept and y-intercept of these equations. Well, you did it Thursday as well, but Friday I showed you the shortcut. But you guys sounded like on Thursday you'd figured it out anyway. So to find the x-intercept, I'm going to cover up y, and I'm left with 10x equals 150. Because if I'm finding that, and actually, because I wrote so big, I can not have to use my pinky this time. So if I have 10x equals 150 to figure out what my x-intercept is, what's my x-intercept? 15. My x-intercept is 15. And then to find my y-intercept, I cover up x and I have 25y equals 150. Please put your phones away and pay attention. Please. You have 25y equals 150. So if you divide by 25, you would get your y-intercept to be, is it 6? There you go. So then they say they want you to sketch this. So we'll pretend, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's my y-intercept. Maybe are we going to have to go by 2s? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's my x-intercept. So x-intercept, these go by 2s. These go by 1s. Graph them. Connect the dots. So for C, it says the x-intercept of the graph is 15. That means you're going to buy 15 general admission tickets because 15 is for the x. The y-intercept is 6. So that means you can buy 6 reserved tickets. So basically we did C and D in part B, didn't we? I like E here. It says, if Hannah bought 4 general admission tickets, how many reserved tickets could she purchase? So what do we do here? Or how are we going to figure this out? Because how much money does she have to spend? 150. So she has $150. she buys 4 general admission tickets. So it's $10 per general admission ticket. So 10 times 4 plus 25y equals 150. So we're just kind of filling that in. You guys probably could do this without writing it out as an equation. But we're going to write it out just for funsies. So you do 10 times 4, you get 40 plus 25y equals 150. Subtract 40. I have 25y equals 110. I know that 25 is not going to go in that evenly. I might have, do I get partial tickets? So what do you end up getting y to equal here? 4 point what? 4.4. So when we solve this, we get 4.4. Here's the junky part about story problems. You can't say that you're going to buy 4.4. So how many tickets could she buy? 4. She can't buy 4.5, or she can't even buy 5 in this case because she doesn't have money. So she's going to buy 4 tickets. The only thing that I guess A, we wrote the equation out. B, you found the intercepts. C and D, you just used the intercepts. E was the only one that I feel like you really did a story problem with. Let's take a look at another one. And I'm going to see if you guys can write this equation for me. All right. Tamira. Okay, Tamira is making a trail mix. She has $40 to spend on a mixture of almonds and cashews and wants about the same amount of almonds as cashews. That part really doesn't matter. Write the standard form of a linear equation to represent this situation. Y stands for cashews. Y equals pounds of cashews. And X stands for pounds of almonds. So X stands for almonds, Y stands for cashews. And we ultimately need to first, the hardest part is write this equation. So anyone want to take a shot at this and see how? Evan, go for it. 8x plus 10y is 40. Perfect. 8x, 8 because 8 stands for the almonds. It's 8x is pounds of almonds plus 10 because that's for how much money cashews cost. $10 per pound. So 10y, cashews is y. And she has $40 to spend. I promise you, if you can write that equation, you're going to be fine for the rest, for all of this. What? And it sounds like a lot of you are like, we get it. Okay, so for B, they want you to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So on your own, find the x-intercept and find the y-intercept. Actually, try this whole one out on your own. I'm curious to see how you do. Try the rest of it. All right, so what's the x-intercept? X-intercept is 5. Y-intercept is 4. So x-intercept is 5. Y-intercept is 4. So there's your sketch of your graph. So the x-intercept is 5. That means that she can do 5 pounds of, what's x? Almonds. 4 is 4 pounds of cashews. So any questions on that? Then we had the part that you actually had to now plug in and make sure you had this right. So our equation is 8x plus 10y equals 40. And it says how did you pronounce it? Tamira? I don't know. Tamira, sounds good. If Tamira buys 3 pounds of almonds, so almonds is X, how many pounds of cashews can she purchase? So if I do 8 times 3 plus 10y equals 40, so that's 24. So I'm going to subtract 24. 10y equals 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 16. And then I divide by 10. So I get y equals 1.6. So how many pounds of cashews can she buy? 1 pound. Since we're talking about weight, we probably could technically say she could buy 1.6 pounds. Do you see what I mean? How different that is besides the ticket? So if on this one, if you said 1.6 pounds, I probably would let that go. You can't say you're going to buy 1.6 tickets. It's like saying you have 1.6 babies or people or things like people and ticket and things. That's weird. So any questions on that? Man, I was really worried about this today. I don't know anything to be worried about. This isn't too bad. Okay, what you're going to do today as your assignment, you're going to do numbers, number 1, all of it, A, B, C, D, and E. So number 1, A, B, C, D, and E. We're going to skip number 2. You're going to do 3, A, B, C, D. We'll just do those ones. 1 and 3. So basically all of number 1, all of number 3. Okay? 1 and 3. All of it.